Hi everybody. Here I am, so happy to be able to share all our experience in Ecovillage. And I'm gonna show you like the slides I prepared, but I want you to say that you can ask, but Andy is going to keep the answers, the questions if you have them or if you write them, and then at the end we can talk, and that's okay. So this is my beautiful country, Colombia, where we live. Here we are. Aldeafeliz is located in the Oriental Cordillera. It's the mountains in the eastern part of the country here. So in this mountain, close to a beautiful paramo, we are located, and we are in the San Francisco municipality, close to a river that is called San Miguel. San Miguel. It's a beautiful place in the mountains. I'll show you. So this is how we have been practicing sociocracy. We are a nonprofit association. We are members of the Global Ecovillage Network, and we have had this award for social production of habitat that we are so proud of. And that's, we decided to go to Sociocracy because we needed to be able to fulfill our vision. Like for us, we have this vision of that one day all people will be able to live in ecological and creative communities, where they will experience new ways of sharing and learning together, caring for themselves and nature in their exciting diversity. We think that this is our dream. So for making it happen, we build a beautiful and stimulating place for children and adults, inspired by an ethic of caring for people and nature. There, we will learn, experiment, and innovate in the social, environmental, economic, and vision aspects of the world through activities that generate trust between people and strengthen the autonomy and fulfillment of each individual. So that is what we do, and that is what we dream. So we that are 18 associated, and we are 18 associated, but we at the Ecovillage live around 20 people because we have teachers for the little school that they are not associated, but they live at the Ecovillage and also practice the sociocracy. We have children, we have a children's circle, and we have interns that studies students from some universities that go to the Ecovillage and stay there to learn how we live and help in some different kind of activities. So we live 20 people, and we have started Sociocracy like a long time ago, since 2014, when we invite Diane Christian. Now Diane, remember that her last name is Christian first, not Liv, but she's here in this room now. Oh, and she came to our house to teach us sociocracy for 3 days while we were transitioning to a new way of organization in our Casa Colombia. Casa is the regional circle of the Global Ecovillage Network in America. So in Latin America is Casa Latina, and then we are, as Colombians, Casa Colombia. So we invited Diane, and she came and teaches sociocracy because basically because we hated consensus so much in that moment. We were looking for new ways, and we knew that she were doing that. So Carlos Rojas invited her, she came, and she teaches 3 days, the beginning. So at the same time, this network of Casa Colombia started, Aldeafeliz started, because that training was in our house, in Aldeafeliz. So at the end of that workshop, we started a group, a learning group, and we started our training as facilitators. That was like the first action of studying after the first beginning. And then we start the implementation. For us, the first approaches, and it was so easy for us to move to the circles because we do practice mambeaderos. Mambeaderos is a traditional way that in Colombia, the people, the ancient people, like the tribes and indigenous people, used to agree, like circles of words, they come mambeaderos when they use the medicine of the mambe to make agreements. So they don't make decisions, they just make agreements. And agreements come from mambeadero, they are just people talking once and again in the rounds. So the round start, everybody talks, if they feel they need more, they start again and start again and start again. Anytime that are needed, and at the end there is an agreement. So for us, that comes from that, it was so easy to start circles. And we love consent because we hated or we were really bored of the consensus. Then we start so emotional that we get into this super specialization circles thing. It was like we grow so faster in sociocracy, start implemented everything, and then we have something like this that is like a very weird thing because it has so many circles, so many people in charge of everything, and we try to make it what happened? Somebody opened their.
I think you're okay. Go ahead, please.
Six, and a lot of small circles around and a lot of people in charge of a lot of activities, and we decided that everything, it was a circle. So that was, this chart is what we thought was the ideal. But then we had the reality, that it was the really thing that was like we have a few things to do, and then there was people doing that. There was a weird way because we have a lot of meetings every day, like for a lot of reasons. We were in 5 or 6 circles at the same time. It was like hard to keep. So after a while, and after we were all so tired, we just start to let go. It was 2018, and we were like, no more. So in 2017, we have a very clear role definitions and changes all the time in type of responsibilities, trying to adapt ourselves. It was all the time changing. Then the general circle were dissolved, and the big decisions were made with all together in the assembly, because we didn't know how to manage all the meetings that we were having. Then we have this system of turtles and beetles, the name for saying residents and not residents, and we had that differentiation in the very name. So during sociocracy, that changes, and the responsibilities, the distribution of responsibilities changes a lot also, because we realized that we needed to be just associates. It's difficult when people doesn't live in the place, but we decided to make it like this, and now it's flowing because it's flowing in that way that all the work doesn't goes to the people that lives there, the residents, but to everybody. So we decided to hire an assistant. So we have now an administrative assistant working for us. That was a big change. So that change makes us happy because we liberate a lot of reunions, meetings, work, little things, lots of things. So we start again doing the double links for the general circle, and we have now this small chart of what we are. It's perfect. Now we have a general circle, we have the assembly around, but then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 circles, and 2 connections like the leader and the representative, and it's perfect. We are all only these people in the meetings of the general circle, and everything starts again. It was like a new life. Like 3 months ago, we decided to go back to the organization and make it again work. But we still use Sociocracy all the time, and we use, yeah, the consent, and we use the everything, all the tools. The most fun for us, the thing was the election of roles, the sociocratic election of roles was always a surprise. We start to do a lot of things that we didn't think we were able to do. We elect people that we never before expected to do some things, and that was fun. That was fun. Now it's like the moment in the Aldea where most of the people know how to do everything. We have been moving around in every kind of responsibilities, learning of everything. So we all are all. That's very nice and has been very fun, a lot of fun. The most difficult, it was like trying to finish the loop, going back to the feedback and starting with the implementation of improving task assignment and following up all the processes. That was the hardest, and still is the hardest, but we have been making feedback loops for all the roles and most of the processes, but still I think we need to keep working on that. It's not easy. But anyway, we keep going ahead. And what is most in our culture is what has remained in our hearts. What I say is everything is good enough for now and safe enough to try. It has generated a lot of confidence and the being able to flow in the change, the resilience. I think that is the biggest feeling in the people that makes us live life easily, maybe is the way to say it. Because yeah, it's easy to know that we can change, and we have been changing a lot during these 4 years, a lot. So we understand that we can make everything, we can stop doing that and make another way. We didn't suffer when we start not doing the general circle. We just keep going. Okay, this is because right now is like that. And people has been going out, people has been going in. We started again with the school for children. We changed the economy through making more coffee business, like a lot of things. So it has been beautiful. And that flowing makes us happier. And our name is Aldeafeliz. It means like happy village. So we want for us to be happy. Then we have been teaching, and that's nice. We learn a lot, we have been practicing, so we start to teach not only the people of Casa Colombia, but the people from Casa Latina. So in the continental meeting of the Casa, we teach the Sociocracy to all the network, and it was wonderful. Then we make some workshops at the house, and we started with Casa Latina, these Sociocracy online courses. And we have made 5 courses online since 2016. And that's great because 5 facilitators of the Ecovillage have been part of this process. Now we are 3 only. We keep teaching that online, but still we have this way of sharing our knowledge with everybody, with all. For example, we have this Ecovillage incubator, and we keep teaching Sociocracy as the very best way of make agreements and make decisions and have a beautiful circle organization.
Yulunka, we have a question in the queue.
Okay.
Diana would like to have you speak more specifically about what has been difficult about building in feedback loops, the questions for later when making proposals. She's also offering some new resources.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can go back after. I'm finishing now this. So, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. And wait, go back. I get lost. Okay. Yeah. So the most difficult. The thing is that for us to evaluate, to feedback, a role is easy because we have we are clear of what it is. No, we have a very good definition of the role, the responsibilities, what we have to learn or to be able to do with any specific role. That's easy, and the roles are easy to evaluate because they work or not. If the things that the person has to do keep doing and everything is flowing, we are happy. So with that, is not a problem at all. Sometimes we have like doubts, but it's not that bad. Hasn't been. But with the proposals, we keep doing proposals, building big proposals all the time. And sometimes we just change the thing before we make all the feedback. We start changing the thing while it's going, not instead of waiting until the end. That's why I say that we have been learning how to flow because we just we don't discuss about it. Before, it was like all the time a discussion of if we need to change something, we needed a new meeting and then to make the feedback in the other way before. But then after Sociocracy and all this confidence that grows from the transparency and from the efficacy, because it changes. When you feel that confidence, you just wait until the things adjust by themselves. It's something like that. So keeping this very, I don't know how to say that. It's like, we don't need it to be finished. We just flow and start changing before. Like at the end, we have sometimes we can do all the process and finish it with the feedback loop and then started with a new improving a plan, but sometimes just no. At the time we thought that we were going to make the feedback, then we have been changing the process. The project changes so while it gets there. So at the end, the thing that we are evaluating or what we want to feedback is different of what we started.
Okay, this session, we have 5 more minutes in this session, and I want to apologize that I didn't start this session on time. But if there are burning questions, you can type them in, or you can indicate by raising your hand. Would you like to have a summary statement, Yulunka? Oh, I see Wendy. Go ahead, please.
Hi there. I did type a question. I'm curious about if you have decisions with time frames, how you bring them back to the group, and how you keep track of all your decisions as well.
We have a very good system of acts that works in the drive. So we type everything. We keep every meeting. That's what it was so hard. We just make a small and less meetings so we can type everything, and we keep tracking our decisions. And the big decisions, the small decisions, that's the problem. That we just say, okay, let's go this way, and we change and everybody goes that way. And at the end it's like, where, how do we decide that? Remember, like that. But we try to keep the big things very good written and very good in the place, with the time, with the everything.
Anyone else with a question? Yulunka, would you like to make a summary statement?
No, I just want to thank you the opportunity of being here and to share them. We are very happy of use Sociocracy. For us was like, wow, open our hearts. We also studied like nonviolent communication and a lot of other complements to make Sociocracy flow in our lives in a good, easy way. And that's why we teach it. We are committed to the idea of spread the Sociocracy all over the world and all over Colombia. Thank you.
There's a question in the chat. What was Diana's suggestion of a resource? Diana, would you like to address that? Go ahead, Diana.
I'm sorry, it took me a while to get coordinated. I have some videos of myself presenting more details of feedback loops in a workshop that I did that was recorded in 2017, and workshop exercises. It's all in English though. And it sounds like Aldeafeliz does not need this at all, because it seems to me that Yulunka, what you have done is inculcated the principles of sociocracy into your bones and cells. So you're doing feedback loops, even though it's not as formal and structured. Just like Blue Scorcher Bakery, who we heard from a little bit ago, made things more simplified, but yet staying within the framework. So although my resources are certainly available to you at any time about any topic, as I get more videos and so on, seems to me you don't need them at all. So anyway, thanks.